Alright, what is going on, guys? So I'm back again in here for another video for you guys for today. And then here giving my thoughts on the King of the Ring. And yes, we do have a brand new 2010 King of the Ring. Just who is it? Well, stay tuned to the show, and later on I'll talk about who just won the King of the Ring. And I wasn't too sure how I was gonna, talk about the show since there was basically a lot going on. But I will say this, it was a good show. Definitely better than the King of the Ring 2008, I will say that. But I think I'm going to go with the promos first and get that out of the way. At least the two, basically major ones that happened. And then, talk about, the King of the Ring and who won and on to the main event. So I'm going to start it off with basically the Miz's promo, just basically celebrating his championship victory win, and, basically talking about, how he, makes his promises and everything like that, and he's going to be champion for basically, well, a long time, and, then we have, Jerry the King Lawler coming out and, basically interrupting the Miz in the celebration, saying how, he isn't really worthy of a champion and, how he, basically has never won the championship and basically, well, issuing a challenge. That's right. Jerry the King Lawler on his birthday issuing a challenge to the Miz for a championship shot in a TLC match. That's right. TLC match. Jerry the King Lawler versus the Miz. WWE Championship on the line in the TLC match. Once they made that, I was like, I didn't really know how well they were going to do that. I wasn't too sure about it. But that was scheduled for the main event. I will get to talk to you guys about that in just a little bit. But that was, one of the matches made for the main event. So I'll get to that later on. Also, we had another promo with Wade Barrett, coming out throughout the night. Basically John Cena, yes, making his return yet again. To Raw. He was able to buy a ticket during a tag team match. He was able to take out Michael McGillicuddy during his, was going out to a match to issue his R-Truth's challenge, but, he didn't get to, and John Cena jumped him from behind. Wade Barrett had enough and, called out John Cena. But John Cena came out on the Tron and said that, well, basically, to Wade Barrett that, he has more, other issues to worry about, and mainly John Cena. And, he comes out, basically with half of the Raw roster there as well. Taking out basically the Nexus there and taking out Justin Gabriel, giving the AA to a card, which was pretty brutal for Justin Gabriel. So that's basically it with that. And the other thing I don't really like about that is, it just ruins the whole stipulation of, John Cena being fired, with the Free or Fire match. It just really ruins it. I know it happened before when, other superstars were, supposed to be fired, but they came back. Just the whole, fired match and stuff like that really just ruins it. Even when, the star just comes back the next night. And also, we're supposed to be having, this whole one Cena thing with John Cena wearing a mask, like a Lucha Libre type of mask. But we didn't see that through this night, so I don't think, WWE is going with that plan. That was supposed to be on house shows until he comes back, but I guess they scrapped that, so it looks like basically John Cena is permanently back unless, they have him go away or something like that. I'm not too really sure what the hell is going on really with the whole John Cena thing, but as of right now, it seems like he is basically back. So that's basically it with that. Then, right now, I'm going to talk about really the moment we all been waiting for, the 2010 King of the Ring. Who just won it? Well, basically how they run it down was a face versus heel, SmackDown versus Raw type of deal. We started it off with Alberto versus Bryan. This was a good match. Both trying their best here. We see reversals and pinfall after pinfall. Um, you know, and a couple submissions too. Daniel Bryan does his usual suicide dive, tries to get it onto Alberto Del Rio, but he reverses it, and Daniel Bryan getting injured on the shoulder basically, and that was basically the turning point for Daniel Bryan, and to have Alberto Del Rio get the advantage onto Daniel Bryan, and was able to bring him back in the ring and give him his finisher with the his submission arm drag. So thus making Daniel Bryan tap out and having Alberto Del Rio advance into the King of the Ring. So there you have it. With Alberto Del Rio advancing. I'm gonna try and go through the finals and everything like that as quick as I can. Also, we have John Morrison versus Cody Rhodes, which I thought was not that bad of a match too as well. Just to make it short and sweet, we had Cody Rhodes, trying to do his best here, trying to advance here. We get to see his, whole fit thing with that, he doesn't want anybody to hit him in the face, which I thought was basically hilarious. But in the end, John Morrison comes back and does the running kick that he's been doing lately instead of the Starship Pain. So it seems like to me, that's basically his new finisher, I guess. But anyway, that's how he defeats Cody Rhodes. Then we get into Drew McIntyre versus Ezekiel Jackson. This one was basically pointless. Drew McIntyre Jackson, going back and forth. I believe at one point it was all Ezekiel Jackson. Then somehow they went to the outside. Having a brawl there by the rafters and everything, and the ref was counting too as well. Neither man was able to get back by the count of 10. Ezekiel Jackson was the one to come close, but he just didn't get to make it. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is there was no winners and there was a double disqualification. So no, guys were able to advance. So that actually gets to help a certain superstar advance straight away to the finals, which is pretty crazy with that. So that was basically one of the stupid things I didn't like. Also as well, just to get this out of the way too, we had a tag team match, McIntyre and Yoshitatsu against Nexus in a non-title matchup. Anyway, just to get this out of the way, Henry and Tatsu were able to get the defeat over Nexus, and Mark Henry was able to get the world's strongest slam onto, I believe it was Heath Slater if I'm not mistaken. But that's what happened with that, and that's also yet again when we get to see John Cena, come back and take out Nexus. And also I forgot to mention he puts, I believe, Justin Gabriel through a table as well. So that's also what happened when John Cena returned. So that's basically it with the tag team match. Then we have Morrison and Del Rio going at it. Again, just to make this one short and sweet as well. This one wasn't too bad of a match either. But Morrison was able to get the defeat over Alberto Del Rio with the help of Rey Mysterio. Basically, honking the horn there on Alberto Del Rio's car and giving him the distraction and helping John Morrison get the defeat. So far, throughout the whole King of the Ring tournament, John Morrison has been on a roll. I was really liking that, and Alberto Del Rio was on, roll 2 as well. So, at that point, I thought, one of my picks was going to win between Del Rio or John Morrison. Then we get into Sheamus and John Morrison. We had the rematch for Survivor Series, and this was a good match. This is basically in the finals. Of course, Sheamus was able to, basically, get to the finals right away after that double disqualification match. After the match ended in the disqualification, excuse me. But this was a good match. John Morrison and Sheamus, doing their best here. At one point where we're going to see the Starship Pain by John Morrison, but it seemed like Morrison was wasting a little bit too much time. Sheamus reverses it with the high knee to the gut. We got to see almost the boot to the face. you know, by Sheamus as well. But I believe John Morrison reversed it and tried to get it a couple of times until he finally got the boot to the face and the Celtic Cross, you know, to get to the finish. I also forgot one more match. Kofi Kingston was also in the match, but you know he was defeated. I believe Sheamus. Yeah, Sheamus defeated Kofi, and that's where he was able to advance it to Sheamus and John Morrison, which was the final match of the King of the Ring. And like I said, Sheamus was able to get the Celtic Cross and defeats. That's right, defeats John Morrison in the finals, and is your new 2010 King of the Ring. And you know, I was, you know, disappointed with that. I don't really like Sheamus winning the King of the Ring at all. To me, I think the man who deserves it was John Morrison. You know, he really tried his best throughout the whole night too. So I really thought he was gonna win, but unfortunately, you know, John Morrison lost. So hopefully, maybe John Morrison will get to win the Royal Rumble. I think that would be the next best thing for him to win. But you know, Sheamus is your new King of the Ring. Then we get into the main event. Just gonna try and go through this pretty quickly. Jerry the King Lawler against, you know, the Miz in the TLC match, and you know I was pretty impressed by this. Just the way how they worked it out. You know, I kind of felt bad for Jerry the King Lawler. He did come close trying to, you know, get the championship. But, you know, he had a couple of distractions there. We had, you know, Alex Riley trying to get involved, but he was put through a table. You know, the Miz also getting put through a table as well. We see the use of the chairs a little bit. Also, we get to see, that's right, Michael Cole coming out, you know, commentary and everything, going into the ring just when Jerry the King Lawler is about to grab the belt, holds on to the King. The King gets pissed off, and then he basically, you know, takes him out with his punch. And, you know, the Miz comes back, and they have a battle on the ladder. The Miz gets the advantage and retains the WWE Championship. So, you know, so far the Miz retaining there. He still has a lot to prove on retaining his championship, even though it was Jerry the King Lawler. But he still has a lot to prove with the other main eventers, and hopefully they will eventually get to make him as a believable, strong champion by trying to hold it. So that basically does it with the King of the Ring review. I try to make it as short as I can, but you know, it looks like I went into overtime. But anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on the 2010 King of the Ring? Let me know what you guys' thoughts are down below. Love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions, and as always, I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.